So what was actually the surgery like? Well, to be honest, it was really, really easy. It was absolutely fantastic. There was no issues at all. I went into the pre-op area and the nurses consented me and took me through the procedure, kept telling me what was happening. I had various drops and things put in my eyes, and they just were to help my pupil dilate, and some anaesthetic and cleaning type of fluids and things before the operation. And I waited there for about 20 minutes. I was then called into theatre, which I walked into theatre. I met the same surgeon who'd actually been out to see me just before the surgery anyway, but I met him again in surgery, obviously just prior to the operation, Cy Colley, and he was fantastic, just a wonderful, wonderful surgeon. Put me at ease. He talked me through the whole process. I got on the bed. They kept asking me whether I was comfortable, lay me down flat. They then put a cloth over my eye just so the left eye that was being done today was exposed, and that kind of stretches the eyes, the skin around the eye a little bit. Then Mr. Colley put in some sort of, I don't know, device that really opens the eye, and he did explain that be uncomfortable for a second and then I get used to it, and that's exactly what happened. I felt, oh, that was a bit strange, and then suddenly I didn't even know it was there. The next sort of 10 minutes of the procedure was not a problem. It's obviously worrying when you have an operation and you can't close your eyes against it. The next 10 minutes of the surgery was when the actual procedure took place. Obviously, it is a bit frightening, but they did keep putting my mind at ease. Everybody was so friendly and so nice. And Mr. Colley kept explaining exactly what he was doing before he was doing it. It does visually feel like you've got to look at three lights, and he keeps explaining, try and look at the one on the furthest right, which can be a little tricky because, you know, obviously it's a really bright light, your eye is wide open, but it's not anything you can't manage. You then get the experience of having kind of lots of fluids put over the eye, as if water is being run onto the eye. He then does explain that he's actually going to be taking the old lens out, which is probably the most frightening bit, although I wasn't actually very frightened, to be honest, and I wasn't frightened the first time a week ago either. The lens goes out. Strangely, when I had the lens out last week, I was very, very aware that for a second I couldn't see anything out of that eye. But this week, strangely, I still could see, and I don't really understand why that happened. But it's literally 2 or 3 minutes. He then says he's going to put in the new lens. The new lens goes in, and within 2 or 3 minutes after that, you're finished. It's all done. It's not uncomfortable. It's absolutely not painful. You're aware something is going on, but it's nothing I wouldn't do again, or bear again, or worry about anybody else or another member of my family going to do it, because it was actually very, very straightforward, and I felt very confident in Mr. Colley's hands, and the experience was absolutely fine.